stops us in our tracks. Bravely we prove in our striving, trudging together each day. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Not even close to making it this time. Gotta share. I'm getting there. Almost there. All right. Got it done. All right. Welcome. Not really a daily reflection, but I don't know what it's been. Ever since a couple Sundays ago, I just can't keep my mouth shut. Hey, good to see you again, David. And I thought it might be kind of cool to kind of let people know what I do. I will let you know nobody asks me. Hey, Chris, good to see you. I think it's funny because a lot of times people come on. People ask me all the time. No, they don't. So nobody ever asks me this, just so you know. And I'm a little worked up, calming down a little bit. I was talking to my wife, and there's a lot of stuff going on that I cannot talk about yet, and it's driving me a little crazy. I'm trying to let it be what it is. But the thing is, like, when we're caught up in that and our intentions are like that, then that's what it brings in. So I'd like to talk about what it is that I do, because I'm not even sure. The first thing I'll let you know is that I try and keep things separate. I do what I can to keep things separate. Trudging together is a business, right? If you were to rate the success for trudging together on money, we would absolutely fail. But if you would rate our success on helping people, I'd say we're doing pretty good. Trudging together helps out people every single day. We just don't come on and talk about it. We're not here to brag. Because here's the thing, who actually gets to take credit? No. If I want to be bragged about, I'm going to let somebody else do it. I think that's a lot nicer. When I do brag, because I don't want my ego involved in stuff, what I do is I talk to my wife or my therapist, because they know my real intentions. And there's sometimes some days when I'm like, it isn't that I want credit, but I'd like to know if I'm helping. And that's usually about the time that I get my answer. All right. Hey, Gary, good to see you, man. So I run everything. This is how I do it. This is why Trudging Together is still around with no money. It is because people understand the need and they have a passion for it. See, I'd much rather have your passion than your time. And that's what I do. My job all day long is I set people up with other people in the right place. If your name comes across my table, it means something needs to be done about it. Hey, Dion, somebody suggested that you be my sponsor. Okay, well, you must have gone pretty far down if you're coming to me. That means, because I'm the last house on the block, guys. I'm it. I'm that last line of defense. We are. I should stop saying I. It's a we. Sorry about that. That would made it sound very egotistical. Because see, it isn't just me. Sometimes things will come across and I got to give it to Gary. Or the other day something happened and I reached out to Jill. She took care of it. See, I know the intentions of other people and I know what they will do because I've spent time with them. I've intentionally figured out what they're doing so that when somebody comes to me, I can be the most effective that I can. And I will tell you 90% of the time, that will have to do with somebody else. It's usually not me. Right? So what do I do? Yes. if you reach out to me, I'm going to do what I can to help. I am. And Trudging Together has kind of become synonymous with helping others and not expecting anything in return. The whole group was made up so that people like you and me had a place to go to talk without having to worry about yahoos being dickheads. Right? That's what it was all about. That's how it started. And that's how it is today too. So lately what I've been doing is I've been talking to lawyers and judges and attorney generals, and I got a meeting coming up with Mayor Kaufman. I'm going to give some credit here. Gary's the one that got that taken care of for us, right? He's not even a drunk. He's in recovery, just like the rest of us. So, Gary, thank you. And good fucking job, dude. Good job. See, and that just proves that we can't do this alone. Trudging Together would be nowhere if it was just me. Thank you, Chris. Chris is saying, I hope God brings you financial success. He's taken care of it. You'd be amazed how sometimes it costs me about $75 a month. Actually, I think it's a little more than that now to keep this whole thing going. And somehow we always make it. I can give you one word as to why we do, and it's Shannon, my wife. My wife pays for almost all of it all the time. Right? It's just that I'm the one that runs the mouth. I'm the pretty face or whatever. When people come on and we're talking, what I do is I let them know it's hard in this business because we don't really have anything that we sell. There's nothing tangible. And that's why I do a lot of speaking and things like that. So you feel like there's something tangible going on. So what's one of the main things we do? Podcasting. Podcasting is where it actually kind of started. And we're going to be getting back to it. I'm making some more moves, and we're going to get back to some consistency on that. Gary has been getting some people together. We have some OA speakers. You know, why should we limit ourselves? Why? No reason. We're going to give them their own little area and everything, you know. And one day I hope to see Cocaine Anonymous, Overeaters Anonymous, Gambling Anonymous, all these podcasts, because stories are important. Stories bring hope. And when I talked about hope in my daily reflection this morning, what does hope do? It negates negative feelings. Hope is extremely powerful. It's very powerful. There again, not tangible, right? Peace sells, but who's buying, right? Can't sell peace, but you can give it away, right? So I want to read a little bit out of the 12 by 12, because a lot of what Trudging Together does, and we do, you guys may not even know it, is actually tradition 8, which is kind of weird, but it is. Okay. So tradition 8 itself, Alcoholics Anonymous should remain forever non-professional, but our service centers may employ special workers. All right, so I'm going to cover that part a little bit and then get into another part. So our service centers, there are people that work there. If you go down to central office here, I just forgot her name. God, she would kill me. Anyway, if you go down there, she works there. It's her job to do that. The other, we do have a lot of other workers like in New York, and a lot of those people are not in recovery, right? Because we feel like it might be a conflict of interest. Makes sense, right? Here's the main thing. We do not get paid for 12th step work. Does that make sense? We do not get paid for 12th step work. So how do we divide that? Hey, Ronan, good to see you, dude. Can you move your big hairy butt? He's a good cat. I love him. He is. He's crazy in the head. Something's off with that cat. But that's why I picked him. He's a lot like me. So what I want to get into is because, well, heck, Dion, how can you be a recovery coach? Well, a recovery coach doesn't do 12-step work. Okay? Dion does, but Dion, the recovery coach, does not. I also have other roles that I do. I do not take on clients unless I am sponsoring people, because my service work comes first and it is entirely separate. Okay? But here's the thing, Trudging Together is a business. It can't accept donations, things like that. Okay? You don't see me asking for it. We're always accepting donations, guys. Just go to Trudging Together. We are a nonprofit. We do not have our 501c3. We were getting it, but I don't see any need for it because we're not giving away things. So I'm going to read some here. I'm going to read kind of quick because I'm already at 11 and a half minutes. No individuals have been more buffeted by such emotional gusts than those AAs bold enough to accept employment with outside agencies dealing with the alcohol problem, like being a recovery coach. A lot of people become, they go get their licenses, or they can move on. Okay, but that doesn't really have now they're working with people that are already willing, right? A university wanted an AA member to educate the public on alcoholism. A corporation wanted personnel man familiar with the subject. A state drunk farm wanted a manager who could really handle inebriates. A city wanted an experienced social worker who understood what alcohol could do to a family. A state alcohol commission wanted a paid researcher. These are only a few of the jobs which AA members as individuals have been asked to fill. Now and then, AA members have bought farms or rest homes where badly beat up toppers could find needed care. The question was, and sometimes still is, are such activities to be branded as professional or under AA tradition, right? And it can be a fine line. The way that I see it is, if I'm having trouble to figure out whether or not this is a professional or AA work, just go with AA work. Unless you're a greedy fuck, right? We think the answer is no. Members who select such full-time careers do not professionalize AA's 12-step. Absolutely correct. Okay? The road to this conclusion was long and rocky. At first, we could not see the real issue involved. In former days, the moment an AA hired out to such enterprises, he was immediately tempted to use the name Alcoholics Anonymous for publicity or money-raising purposes. Okay? Nowhere on Trudging Together website will you see the words Alcoholics Anonymous. Right? We can say that we're part of a 12-step group. Right? Might be, but what I'm doing on those podcasts is I'm keeping it at a level of anonymity. That, and nobody's being paid. Right? I could charge for them and still be following the traditions, but I don't really want to go that route. I want people to be like, hey, what they're doing over there is important. Here's $5, man. That's what I want. Okay? This isn't about popularity, and that's kind of what we're talking about now. Because we get out there and we do the same thing that we did when we were kids. Look how high I can jump. Look at what I'm doing. Right? And then the bragging starts. And that, my friends, is a very dangerous area. So one day I come out, oh, my client, he and the next day he's drunk. Did I go on and tell about that part? No. Not only that, but you're blowing their anonymity and HIPAA. Unthinkingly, AA is so employed recklessly broke anonymity to thump the tub for their pet enterprises. For this reason, some very good causes and all connected with them suffered unjust criticism from the groups. More often than not, these onslaughts were spearheaded by the cry of professionalism. That guy is making money out of AA, yet not a single one of them had been hired to do AA's 12-step work. The violation in these instances was not professionalism at all. It was breaking anonymity. AA's sole purpose was being compromised, and the name of Alcoholics Anonymous was being misused. It's happening today, isn't it? Go take a look around the world, your recovery community. It's happening. It's going to be ending in Colorado very soon. It is significant now that almost no AA in our fellowship breaks anonymity at the public level, that nearly all these fears have subsided. Right? We all know that, what? I already forgot his name. Elton John, he's in recovery, sponsoring Eminem, but they do not run around saying, I'm a member of AA and I speak for AA, and because I'm in AA, you should give me something for it. No. This is the exciting welter of events which has finally cast up AA's tradition of non-professionalism. Our 12-step is never to be paid for, but those who labor in service for us are worthy of their hire. Absolutely. I have a person that I'm going to be talking to in an hour and a half. She is a professional. She is a therapist. She also has her CAC. She is not in recovery. I have had therapists before that were in recovery. Does not matter. We are not doing 12-step work. We are working on something beyond that. We are working in the parts in the book where it says, go seek professional help. We don't do that here. We are not lawyers. We are not judges. We are not therapists. And if I hear one more sponsor hand out fucking relationship advice, I'm going to put my foot up your ass. Nobody has a right to tell somebody else who they should be with. No. Or you should just leave that person because I wouldn't tolerate that. It's not your life. When things go from being suggested to a have to, we're on a much different plane, and I'd probably find a different sponsor. So, this is why honesty is one of the main staying points of Alcoholics Anonymous, because we have to be honest with ourselves. Okay? That doesn't mean go jumping on people that are doing this, right? Because recovery coaches, they're resources, not therapists. All right. I can help with OA resource. See, there's Gary. He's doing it now. He getting paid for it? Nope. He does it because he enjoys it. He does it because he gets to watch other people follow his lead and live a happier life. And isn't that why we're here? Then why is it so difficult to do the right thing? Money. It always fucks things up. All right, guys. Does that explain what I actually do in a day? Not really. So, but still, we talked for 20 minutes. So, all right. I got a couple things to do, and then I got therapy. I will see you guys tomorrow for a daily reflection. I gotta say, I appreciate everybody listening to me ramble over the last few weeks. I do appreciate it. It's something that I need. And I like talking to you guys. So, you make people believe in themselves when they can't or don't know how. Thank you, Gary. Yeah, kind of what I do. Yeah. All right, guys. I love you. Peace out and have a day. We'll see you.